Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. I have been wanting to film this video for such a long time. Lucas is 6 months old and I wanted to film this video like right after we got back from the hospital, before I even like unpacked the bags, but life happened and I just never got around to it. But I figured even though he's older and my bags are unpacked, I still remember like what I brought to the hospital and what I used. I just kind of wanted to sit on the floor with you guys and share with you what I packed in my hospital bag for delivering a baby, things that I thought were useful, etc, etc. Honestly, everyone says like don't overpack, whatever. I'm the queen of overpacking. I think it's definitely better to bring too much stuff than not enough stuff. I'm also a postpartum nurse, so I kind of have an insight of things that we provide for patients like on the floor and stuff as well. This isn't going to be anything like crazy or elaborate. It's kind of just like your needs, like your need to get stuff or whatever. I don't know. And Lucas is still napping, so he might interrupt this video. So if like the lighting and stuff changes, it's because I had to get up and feed him. But without further ado, let's get on into the video. All right, so the first thing that I would recommend packing is sweatpants, but not jogger sweatpants, and sweatpants that are like looser for you. So these are like really old sweats. These are the ones that I brought. I actually have a picture of me holding him that I can kind of insert here. But they're like really big, and then they have like the string here, and then they're like the wide leg. So the reason I recommend not bringing joggers is because if you have to have a C-section or just sometimes postpartum, you like blow up, like your legs swell a lot because you go from having like all this extra blood circulating through your body because of the baby, and then the baby is out and your body's like, where do I like put all the fluid? So usually the first place that you will swell is in your legs. And I know for me, I ended up having to have a C-section, and my legs, like, I didn't get swollen at all during pregnancy, and then after he came out I was like, what is going on? So that's one reason I recommend these. The next reason that I recommend like the big, like not tight or constricting, is because for me, I had a C-section, so that area was very tender and it hurts. I was wearing an abdominal binder, and it's just like uncomfortable, so you don't really want any more pressure on that area than like already has to be. And I'm sure if like you have a vaginal delivery as well, I mean, I'm sure your stomach and stuff is fine, but I feel like you just don't want anything that's going to be like tight postpartum. So big baggy sweatpants for the win. However, I wouldn't really recommend wearing sweatpants the first day, because your nurse is going to be needing to check your pads very frequently to make sure that your bleeding is adequate, and also they're going to have to feel like your uterus and stuff postpartum to make sure that it's firm, like you're not hemorrhaging, all the things. So if you have pants on, it's going to be really hard for you to have to like kind of wiggle them down so that way they can look at your pads. So I actually do recommend to get like a slip cover, like t-shirt, pajama shirt, or like these ones. I got this one off Amazon. It like buttons and it's just like really long. It goes past my knees, so that way when I was in bed I could just like lift it up or like unbutton this to nurse him as well. It's just like easy access, and it's not constricting at all and everything. I know a lot of times people think that they have to wear the hospital gowns or whatever, and you can if you want to, but it just feels good to kind of be in your own clothes. Like you already feel gross anyways, so I do recommend bringing like your own clothes just to make you feel a little bit better, and then it kind of covers you more too than the hospital like gowns that they have that are like open in the back and everything. But this for sure for the first day that you're there, because you're just going to be more sore the first day. It's like all fresh and everything, and then the next day or like during the day, I guess you could wear the sweatpants, whatever's easier for you. But definitely I would recommend bringing both of these. The next thing is a nursing bra or a nursing tank top. I just bought the nursing tank tops, which I still wear these every day. I'm wearing one right now. Not every day, but like most days. This is just like a pink one. For anyone that doesn't know, they're very convenient because they have clips right here that you just like can bring down. So it's like super easy access. Honestly, I don't wear real bras right now because it's just like you'd have to like undo the back and it's just like too much. So definitely I recommend bringing nursing tank tops if you plan on breastfeeding, or if you're interested in breastfeeding. It'll just make your life a lot easier. Breastfeeding is hard enough as it is, so if you can invest in things that are going to help you out and make it easier for you and for baby, I definitely recommend. The brand on this, I got this on Amazon, it is Under Control Maternity. They come in a 3-pack. It's pink, black, and navy blue. And then I think they have like a black, gray, and a pink one as well. I've ordered a couple different pairs and I like these the most because they actually come with like the built-in pads that like are removable pads, I'm sorry. Some of the other ones I have don't have that, and then you can just like see like your nipples like when you're nipping or whatever, and I don't really like that. This feels like it's like a bra and a tank top in one. And also I found that a lot of them are like really loose and like long and stretchy around the midsection. I'm assuming that's because people wear these oftentimes while you're pregnant, so whoever made these want to make sure that there's enough room and it's not constricting when you do have a belly. But like for those of us that wear these after having a baby, when your stomach went down like back to normal a bit or whatever, it's kind of like awkward if you're just like wearing it with clothes. But this one I would say fits the best than the other ones that I've tried that are just like loose and scrunchy and bunched up. Alright, so the next thing that I recommend bringing is your own water bottle. Now they will provide you obviously like water, juice, whatever you need at the hospital, but they're just like in like the hospital styrofoams, and I get really thirsty, especially breastfeeding. Oh my gosh, the thirst with breastfeeding is insane. It's like a whole nother level. But this will keep like your ice nice and cold, or this will keep your water nice and cold. You can put ice in here. It holds a lot more. I just recommend having your own water bottle so that way you don't have to ask your nurse to like refill your water like every whatever, or like, oh, your ice melted so now your water is like room temperature. Definitely recommend this for you, your husband, whoever's going to be with you. Another thing that I recommend that kind of goes along with like the swelling, or like if you plan on taking a shower in the hospital, sometimes the showers can be kind of gross, or just like hospitals, I don't know, sometimes they're fine but sometimes they're a little gross. I didn't shower in the hospital because I actually was only there for 24 hours, which is crazy after having a C-section, but I just kind of wanted out, and everything was fine with Lucas and everything was fine with me. And I was like, well, all you're really going to be doing is like giving me pain medications, and I had like my whole family at my house, so I just ended up leaving, which if I had to do it again I probably wouldn't do it honestly, because they only give you so many pain medications when you leave the hospital, and I like halved the dose because I was in so much pain that I was like so scared that I was going to run out and just be like in excruciating pain. So I honestly wouldn't recommend leaving early like I did, but I trucked through it and it's fine. But anyways, back to the swelling part, or if you want to take a shower, I recommend like slide on sandals just to go in the shower. Just have on your feet, or like slippers, because your feet can be very swollen as well. So if you bring like tennis shoes and stuff like that, it might be hard for you to fit in. You might not even be able to fit into them. If you're having a baby in the summer, it's probably easier, but like in the winter, definitely like slippers are just something you can kind of like slide on, will make your life a lot easier. So going into the shower, I recommend bringing any skincare products that you want, any makeup that you want, if you just kind of want to freshen up yourself. Honestly, you're running on adrenaline that first 24 hours. Like, I don't think I slept like maybe an hour, honestly. You're just like, your baby needs you a lot, and it's also new, and it's just like a crazy experience. But if you want to kind of put yourself together a little bit, sometimes they have people that come in and take pictures of you and like the baby and stuff. Or if you just, I I don't know, if you just want to feel better, or just in case maybe you bring it and you don't ever put makeup on or whatever. But I brought a toiletry bag and then like a mini suitcase, so just afterwards, you know, you're like sweating, you feel nasty, whatever, just like to quick wash your face, wake you up a little bit. I definitely recommend bringing that. The hospital will provide you with like toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, body wash, all that stuff, like if you want to cut down in that way. But if you want to have like your own deodorant, your own hair stuff, I definitely recommend doing that. They also will bring you like towels, anything like that that you might need. They have socks if you forget to bring socks. Any peri-care stuff the hospital will bring. But I will say that like the disposable mesh panties and pads that they give you are terrible, and they don't have the stick on the back, so the pads just like slide around everywhere. So if you can bring like your own pads, that will make your life so much easier. The one thing I will say though is like, especially if like you have a C-section and stuff, if you are wearing your own pads that like don't have like the disposable pads like that you'd wear for your period, if it's like the diaper ones, that's going to be kind of a pain in your butt because you do still bleed and you're going to want to change it quite frequently. So it is easier to get the ones that like peel on and off, just like if you were to have your period, just for like, so that way the nurses know like how much you're bleeding, like when did you change your pads, like an hour ago. And for you, it's just going to be more hard for you to like have to like bend over, take off the whole diaper, put a new diaper on, then just like unpeeling the pad, throwing it away and putting a new pad on. I hope that makes sense to you. But just like a period pad basically will help you so much. Also, you're not going to want to forget to bring your phone charger, you or your husband. Hospitals don't really keep spare phone chargers, and honestly it's the #1 thing that people forget to take out of the room with them. So sometimes there might be like 1 or 2 like in the catch-all bag, but most of the time we don't have phone chargers because honestly usually people remember that they left it and will call and come back up to the hospital to get it. But yeah, so your phone, I know I would just put one in your bag because it's probably going to be the last thing that you're gonna think of to go grab like when you're on your way to the hospital, like in labor and stuff. But I would just try to make a mental note to remember, because you know you can be up all night, you can go in at 1 a.m. like it's just like so varying. So you're gonna want to have that, and making sure you have like a full charge on your phone. Also, you're gonna want to put in some snacks in your bag, like granola bars, Chex Mix, crackers, whatever, because for whatever reason hospitals' kitchens are open from like 7 to 7. They think that people don't deliver like in the evening time or the middle of the night, which honestly I feel like is very common for people to do that, so it blows my mind. So after, you know, you just pushed a baby out, you're in labor for 20 hours, whatever, you come down to the postpartum floor and we're like, yeah, all we have to offer you is peanut butter and crackers or cheese and applesauce or whatever, or like juice, and it's like, I'm famished, lady, like you don't have a sandwich or anything like that. And it's like, no, I'm sorry, and our vending machine on our floor is broken as well. So that is actually really frustrating. There's like a little coffee shop at my hospital that has like sandwiches and salads that opens at 1:30 to 3:30, but like if you delivered at like midnight, you know, an hour and a half is a long time to have to wait for like your husband or whoever to go down and get you some. So I definitely recommend bringing snacks to the hospital, because you know you just get hungry and it's just good to have just in case. Alright, so the last thing that I would recommend is just bring like a blanket, I guess, for your husband, because the blankets that they give you at the hospital aren't super comfortable. You can bring one for yourself too, but I just felt so bad for my husband. He was like sitting, like not only does he have to like sleep on, sometimes they only have like a chair that like reclines, but he actually had this like couch, I guess, that folded down to kind of like a futon type thing, which doesn't look very comfortable at all. And then like the blankets that they give you are like very stiff, and the pillows are like nothing. So you can bring your own pillow too if you want, but to me that's a little bit extra. But you know, overpack, underpack, whatever, you're not gonna be sleeping anyways, or we didn't. But like at least having like a nice comfortable blanket that you can like snuggle up to, and that just makes your rest time a little bit better. I would recommend that. So we had a friend that like gave us like this cot that they put on the floor for their husband to sleep in, but me and Josh were like, we don't want to be those people that like are moving into the hospital that have bags and bags and bags of stuff. So I just I'll insert here, but just like those, like a little like carry-on luggage, and then a toiletry like Vera Bradley bag is all we brought for both him and I, and then I had like my purse or whatever, but it was more than enough and it did the job. So I really hope that you, sorry my camera just like randomly shut off, but comfy clothes, snacks, a water bottle, and then like skincare, makeup products if you want. Just like throw it and go, like you got this. Oh my gosh, I realized I forgot to tell you guys to make sure you pack clothes for your baby when you're in the hospital. You're gonna want to make sure that you have the car seat for your baby, and then any clothes, blankets, cute things like that for them as well. But again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and comment down below like what videos you'd like to see from me, because I want to provide you with whatever you want to see and things that you find helpful. So yeah, thanks for watching.
That's all, folks.
Give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.